Well, turned on the camera earlier today. I usually turn it around the corner there. But yeah, today is a very, very beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. I don't know. This just reminded me the song. I don't even know what's the. Oh wow, it's a roe deer buck, I think. If I saw the antlers correctly. And Drake is thinking he's got a chance, which he does not. Wow, look at him go. Why is he? Oh, come on, Drake. I mean, there's no point. Okay. I guess he just wanted to run. Felt like running. That was a long run, a long sprint. And I'm sure he's aware, he cannot catch the deer, but I guess he just enjoys it. And he's running back. Yeah, normally I wouldn't mind, but I'm just slightly concerned about his hind leg. Like, I don't want him to strain himself like way too much, And these erratic sprints, although I guess that's still better than his play style, man. It's like if you would see how he plays in the garden, like when he wants you to chase him, he's running so erratically, and he's like changing directions, jumping across things, skipping, going a bit in between the bushes, and like it must be so taxing for the joint in his leg. I'm always like, oh my god, but he's so happy. So it's like kind of so contradictory sort of feeling and experience, because I'm so like enjoying and sort of happy that he's happy, and it's so sweet and cute. But also I'm like concerned, I'm like, oh, Drake, like slow it down a little bit, like chill out, like easy man, easy. And he's like running so fast. It's so incredible how agile and how athletic he is with that single hind leg. It's absolutely incredible. I cannot even imagine how fast he would be with 4 legs. It's just mind-blowing to me how well he manages to move without it. But yeah, he's got that arthritis, so I'm like, very concerned when these things happen, so that he doesn't strain that joint too much, because of course that is very, very taxing, and it must be straining that joint, and when they were doing the sort of the x-ray of the, is there some animal over there? It's just me. Feels like there's a deer, but probably just my imagination. No, it's probably just a twig or branch. When they were doing the x-ray, they even found like there are actually like fragments of the bone. That's how progress. Oh, that's a dunnock right there on the left. That's how the arthritis progressed, that it starts like the joint simply just like at some part broken up and fragmented, because there was a visible piece of fractured shard of a bone, essentially, so yeah. And now, I mean, he's on these injections, so he doesn't feel pain. That's why he runs around radically, because he doesn't feel pain. So he's like, he can move and he doesn't feel anything and all that. So yeah, it's like a two-sided coin, It's like I'm so glad and so happy that he's happy and that he moves around and plays and all that. But at the same time, I know about his condition, and I'm concerned about his joint. Yeah, and I don't know how far he can receive those injections and like how long his leg can like hold up, essentially. I don't know really. But the doctor told us, the vet told us, like, yeah, you're gonna, you know, get these, he's gonna receive these Librellas to like improve his like life. And I'm also giving him, it's hopefully gonna come soon because we already used the first batch, but I'm giving him like a tablets of like chondroprotective, I don't know if it's the same in English, it's called chondroprotectives for his joints. So it gives him like nutritions for the joints and for the tissues around the joint and for the bone itself, and there's also CBD, so it kind of relaxes him and eases the pain some more. So I'm giving him that, and then we're going for a physio, you know, there as well. We're going for a physiotherapy for an hour, like every a month or every 2 months now. So, you know, we're doing all that to help him move as well as he can. We should also, like, she recommended us, the physiotherapists recommended us to massage him as well, which I'm sometimes doing, but very, like, I could have been doing more. I kind of feel a little guilty in that regard, because I haven't done any of the massages she recommended, you know, like massaging the scar, and she recommended some, like, a ball and, like, you know, rolling it around the muscles on that joint and all that, and I haven't done any of it. I'm just like massaging him on the back when I'm like caressing him and petting him. I go to the back, where just above his tail, and I massage him there, because I see that he enjoys that a lot. And sometimes I like massage his leg, like for I don't know, for a minute, you know, not for 10 minutes like she said. So I could be doing that as well, you know. But we did cut down on the walks, because before I was walking twice a day with them. Now we're just doing once a day, just this early morning walk. And he's on the garden for the most of the day, where he can, you know, run around and do all sorts of stuff. But yeah. And also I kind of felt guilty when I found out about the progressive arthritis, because I was thinking about all those moments when we were with him in the mountains and through the heavy snow and all that, and I was like, shit, that must have strained him so much, you know, all these experiences. But then we had so many adventures, you know, we were in the mountains, we were you know, like really, yeah, he was even, we were once on scalloping, you know, like we had scallop skis, and we went on to top of a mountain. It was like winter, and he was with us, and then we skied down, and, you know, like we had so many different experiences together, highly adventurous ones, and, you know, climbing rocks and all that, like so many stuff. But you know, it kind of reminded me when I heard that prognosis and heard that he's got arthritis, I was like, shit, I guess all these adventures kind of sped up the process, because he was really very active. Oh, what was that? Oh, what was that? Drake? Drejku. Drejku, tady jdeme. What the hell is that? What? Oh, that was a deer. Okay, I thought initially that's a... Oh, fuck. Don't tell me that's the poison deer again. No, hopefully not. But why is he barking? For fuck's sake. Oh. Come on. You gotta go after him. Why is he barking? That didn't seem like a injured deer or anything. You know, it was hiding in that bush there, so I don't know. But oh fuck. Oh. Man, uphill. It's a pretty tough exercise in the morning. Oh, I don't hear him barking anymore though. So, whew. See, I was just talking about Drake straining himself, and this is one of those occasions. Jesus Christ. It's if he doesn't have any limits, man. When there is something like this, like an animal, his energy reserves are infinite. Draco, what is it? Dude, Jesus, spooked me there, man. I thought you're gonna, whew. I was worried that he's gonna do something, you know, to the deer, because this barking, that's usually a bad sign. That usually means he's excited that he's got a chance to catch something, and he starts barking, and that's when I know I have to sort of interfere, you know. Normally it's like, you know, deer, it's like fast, runs away. But and same with rabbit, to be honest. Like, rabbits are insanely fast. Oh shit, he's still barking. Fuck, I should have grabbed him. Draco, poď sem. Poď, tady jdeme. Why, what? Tell me. Draco. Jesus, don't tell me you caught it. Where? Draco. What the hell is he? He was right there moments ago. I was worried he caught it at first because he was standing in one spot. But that would, I think, look differently. He would be absolutely, he would lose his mind if he couldn't catch the deer. Oh, God damn it. Oh, see, like, I mean, how did he pass through this? Jesus Christ, he's like, there's like one little twig of a bramble normally. And he's like, oh, I can't pass through that, you know? And then he passes through a whole wall of brambles, you know? Like, what the hell? How did he even do that? Well, yeah, he's got excited about the deer, that's how. Jesus Christ. It's kind of hard to take him seriously, you know, when he stops and he looks at a little singular branch of a bramble and he's like, oh man, that's too difficult to pass. And I'm like, really, Drake? Really? Are we really gonna do this? So yeah, Jesus Christ. But I don't hear him anymore, so the deer definitely ran away, which is a relief. What? Fuck, I think I've heard him. Was it again a deer that was poisoned by the canola? I mean, it was kind of slower, but like, and it was in those bushes, so I mean, that's not super unusual, but I don't know. Initially I thought it's a sheep because there's sheep on the pasture, like adjacent to the bushes, but what the freaking hell is he? Ah, God. I think I heard him bark a little bit that way, but Jesus Christ. Oh. You know, I had some things I wanted to talk about. I completely forgot what it was. But never mind. You're probably gonna remember next time. Now I'm like, yeah, I obviously I'm elsewhere when it comes to my thoughts. Christ. You know what I find funny? That all these like swear words and all these like exclamation sort of terms revolve around religion, and you know, we're using those without even being religious at all. I mean, I told you my stance on religion, and yet I use Jesus Christ Almighty and all that. You know, it's so bizarre how deeply tied it is to our language, regardless of our stance on religion. All right, so we're back at square one, and now where the hell is he? I think I've heard him down there, probably. Jesus Christ, that's some exercise for a more like Monday morning. For morning in general, really. See, that's why I don't need to go jogging anymore, because I got all the jogging I need here and there. I mean, I could go jogging, but got plenty of movement with Drake every day in the morning, regardless of whether I run or not. But I don't hear him barking, so that's kind of my only sign of hope that he didn't reach the deer. But no fucking idea where he is. Excuse my language. I mean, I do swear sometimes here and there, right? And I don't apologize. Sometimes it's like, that wasn't a necessary swear word. You know, I'm not the type of a person that likes to swear a lot, although it might not seem that way from some of the videos, but I'm not the type, you know. Sometimes I enjoy swearing because it's kind of gives you a little bit of a vent and release of some like emotions and things, but otherwise I feel like, you know, you don't really need to swear, not often at least. So where is he? Where the hell is he? Probably didn't have to go here, but I think I've heard him. I've heard an echo of a bark. Hold on, let me get my bearings. No, I don't hear him. Damn. I mean, and remember how when Drake caught the deer, like it was over there, like how they were both doing quite a loud sound, right? The deer was screaming, as far as I recall, and Drake was really ecstatic, you know, like he was definitely making noise. So I don't think he would caught on with him, which I doubt, because the deer didn't seem that slow. It wasn't as fast, I think, as like a deer normally would be, which was weird. And also Drake almost never barks on a deer. That was the one that was poisoned. That was the first deer I've ever seen Drake barking like this. That was usually only the case for rabbits, always, like exclusively, you know. Deer, never, you know. But this was he did it again, which is weird, you know. So that means he must have seen that the deer is kind of slow or injured or something, and that got him going and got him excited. Otherwise he would never do that with a deer. And I mean, the canola plants are still growing a lot, so, you know, if it happened once already, it must have been in the vicinity here. There's a field over there, so then maybe it happened again, you know. And actually, wow, fucking hell. See, now there's a swear word, but you know, actually what? Yesterday we were walking past that corner over there, like a slightly different route, because I didn't feel like going onto that hill. And I saw there a tracks, you know, there was a car, that was one thing. I think it was a gamekeeper. No, I thought it was a gamekeeper's car. So I was like, yeah, so they were like there, and I think I've heard shots the previous night. So I was like, okay, they were hunting, they were taking down their kill, and they were driving down the hill to that spot. And there was a spot where something was laid down, like something heavy, something big. And there was a lot of poop and a lot of fur, very similar or almost identical to the one that I've seen on that deer that was sick and that was poisoned and that Drake caught onto like a month or 2 months ago. It was exactly the same thing. There were fur, and it was a deer fur, definitely 100%. And there was a lot of this like sort of runny deer poop, which is unusual, you know. Deers have these pellets always, right? And this runny poop, that's not a good sign. But I was thinking like, maybe they shot it, they brought it there, they laid it down. It's like I don't know, the body like kind of sort of run some of its processes again. I don't know. Where the hell is Drake? I think I just have to give up. I don't know where he is, and he's not answering to my calls, and I can go look for him, but I mean, I just did that, and he's nowhere to be seen. I would imagine he would come back to here to investigate further, you know, and check if there's not any other animal, but maybe he just followed it further. Now I'm kind of like, shit, maybe I should have walked that way, because that's the way they ran, I think. Do you think I should go back? Son of a bitch. I seriously don't know. Okay, you know what? Let's get that way then. I don't know. I wouldn't normally mind. I would just leave him and let him return back, but I don't know what was wrong with the deer. And I don't know how far he's able to follow it, and how far the deer can, like, you know, I just don't know. And I certainly don't want him to catch up onto him and harm him in any way. Although, like, I mean, can't imagine how he could harm a deer when it's like 4 times its size, but, or like 4 times, maybe 10 times even. Well, maybe not 10 times, but yeah, multiple times. But it's strange, you know. Okay, let's go that way, because I think that last time I've heard a bark across the valley there, so that means he ran that way, I think. So let's go that way. That's probably when he's gonna, if he lost it, that's where he's gonna run around and try and find the track. That's where I'm gonna find him. Now I'm kind of regretting I didn't grab him when he came back to me on the hill. But see, on that corner, we can actually pass that. There was this runny poop along with the deer fur, and I found that very strange. But I was like, okay, they caught, like killed the deer, and that probably was the remnants of it, and you know, the fur and all that. But now I think about it, it's just very close, you know, to that bush where the deer was hiding, and I'm thinking, man, that was probably another poisoned deer, because that runny poop is a symptom of that poisoning, and deers don't have this runny stool. They just have these pellets, you know, nicely shaped. So I think that's connected, and that deer was actually poisoned yet again. God damn it. Why don't they use the normal canola without the freaking substance that makes the deer sick? Jesus Christ, who sowed that? You know, like, who the hell sowed that? See, so it was here. That's the Ronnie poop I was talking about, along with the deer fur. Yeah, and there was like a whole tuft, exactly this. Yeah, that was the first thing we found, was this like tuft of fur. And there was car tracks that led straight to that spot where there was the poop. So I was like, I was pretty sure that was gamekeepers, you know. Maybe they need to like position the body differently, maybe, I don't freaking know. But it seemed way too convenient, because those tracks go to the gamekeeper lookout. And then, you know, down there where all the fur was. And I've seen them a couple of times. They were loading up on the animal they killed. I saw it. So when they were like taking a deer and they were putting it on their in the car trunk or the pickup truck. No, there's one right. No, that's a bird. Okay. And I saw them doing that. So I was like, yeah, maybe that's what happened. But now I'm not so sure. No, I'm not so sure at all. I think it was a poisoning. And the deer was poisoned with the canola again, and this is the classic symptom of it. And the fur there, I don't know. I mean, you know, I told you there is a wolf around here. Maybe a wolf attempts to catch it. I don't know. And it's like took out some of the fur. It was injured. It lay down there in the shrubs. Oh, let me call him. The lips are all dried up, so not the best whistler. Man, I was like such a peaceful morning. You know, such a peaceful morning. Beautiful day, that's how we started, and now here we are. I mean, I'm kind of hoping in the deer's ability to evade Drake and to just run off to somewhere, and Drake to lose the track and just kind of give up. That's what I'm hoping for. By the way, this tree is absolutely beautiful. Love it, you know, how the branches extend and gnarl, and it's an amazing tree. Looks like a willow. Sorry, it looks like a willow. It is a willow, but it looks like some from some sort of a, you know, fantasy movie. Oh man. Reiko, tady jdeme. I hear a movement. Oh fuck. Oh, thank God. Jesus Christ, man. No co, Driku? Oh, finally, okay. So he didn't catch it. No, he would be glued to the deer if he would. Oh, thank God. See, thank God again. A religious exclamation. But thank God, even though I don't believe in God, thank God. Seriously. Oh man, that's like, that's a relief. Because I still remember that last time. I still remember the last time with that poisoned deer, and that was, whoa, man, that was stressful. But now I'm more educated in that regard, and I know rescue stations don't take deer. Well, he could have come in earlier, Drake, but I'm glad we found each other finally. And look at him, he's completely exhausted, you know, he can barely, I mean, he still goes right, like, he's still way in front of me, but you can see it, you know, we can see how exhausted he is. He doesn't have his usual spring in the step, so to speak. He must have drained himself for a week ahead, you know, like that was incredible. He was running across the whole hill through the brambles, and then probably all the way here and then back, and you know, wow. It's like, I mean, I would just lie down and, I don't know, lose consciousness or something if I were to go through what he went through. That's crazy. Yeah. Anyway, that was quite a morning. But I'm glad it didn't came to the similar sort of conclusion as the last one. We encountered an injured or sick deer, because that was hell of a stressful situation. And right now, if it would repeat, oh, that's a chicken feathers. Wow, yeah, that's chicken. Weird. Interesting. Oh yeah, like those people there have chickens, and sometimes I even found a foot, like a chewed off foot of a chicken, you know, which was pretty brutal. So I guess sometimes, you know, they don't have as a foolproof and bulletproof security as I have. And if you don't have that and you live close to a forest, then whoa, there is incredibly high chance and very high risk of a predator raiding your flock. Yeah, so really, like, if you have chickens or plan on having chickens, get yourself an automatic door. That's like a must. That's absolute must. Automatic door that closes on a light sensor. Absolute must. And really don't sort of take a great care on the security. It's not something you sort of don't do thoroughly. It's something you gotta do absolutely thoroughly, and it's really super important. And it's not something that whatever, you know, like it's gonna be fine. No, you gotta have an airtight security when you have a flock, and especially if you live close to the forest. I've seen so many posts. I'm on Reddit on some like a chicken group. So many people losing their entire flock to a marten, to a fox, to a dog sometimes, you know. But you like, of course, like when it's a dog, then they're like in the middle of the day. That's kind of hard to prevent. You got to be there, and you got to, you know, like it's hard. But fox and all these like nocturnal creatures, airtight security, and you're good. What the? Oh wow, look at that. Look at that. First off, I was like, what the hell is that? I had a mindfuck moment, like, is that a drone? And you know what it is? We have not seen that on the walks yet, but I've seen it since from my window. But that is, ladies and gentlemen, a bird of prey that is called hold on, marsh harrier. Marsh harrier, the Latin name being, it's something on the pigarus something. Of course, I'm going to put it in the subtitles. You probably see it in right now. It's something pigarus, if I remember correctly, but it's very faint, the memory of it. But it's something and then pigarus, I think. But anyway, regardless, I mean, that's not as important as the actual name, which is, I mean, that's its name too, but, you know, sort of scientific name. But the common name is marsh harrier, and it's a beautiful bird, and you're gonna recognize it by its striking coloration. It's got striking mixture of colors, unlike, for instance, buzzer, which is like has just hues of brown. Marsh harrier has striking color sort of contrasts, you know. It's got tips of the wings are differently colored, the body is differently colored, and for a bird of prey it's very, very colorful. Drejku, žádný hledání už, tady jdeme. He caught on a track again. Drejku, tady jdeme. Tady jdeme. Tady jdeme. Tady jdeme. Drejku. Šup ale. I'm trying to be a little more stern, so he really, really listens to me. I don't know if it's working, but I guess it did. I don't know. I mean, look at him. Didn't even come to me. It's the spring and the scents and all that. Usually he does listen, but when there is a track, you like to look at him go. Sorry, let's get back to the marsh area. So it's very strikingly colored, like it's strikingly colored for a bird of prey. And the important part is that it flies very, very low, which is something you're not going to see other birds of prey doing other than harriers. Harriers are the bird of prey that fly very, very low, sometimes like even almost touching the top of, I don't know, for instance, the wheat or something where they fly. They're very, very like a meter, 2 meters above the ground very often. And they're doing all these acrobatic turns, and they go up, they go down. So that usually tells you, oh, that's a harrier, because it's very, very low. And another thing, marsh harrier, you're going to very often see it above the fields. You know, there are other types and other species of harriers, but they're very, like, many of them are attracted to fields, and you're going to often, at least here in Central Europe, we're going to see them hovering above fields, hovering above, you know, wheat fields and all sorts of other fields where they hunt rodents, you know, and you're going to see them hover above the fields. And they're also very often close to, for instance, marsh harrier, very close to a pond. So if there's a pond somewhere and there are adjacent fields, that is a perfect and brilliant habitat for marsh harrier, because it's going to nest in the reeds, on the banks of the pond, and it's going to go out hunting into that field. So those are kind of the indications of how to identify marsh harrier or harriers in general. There is another harrier which is, I don't recall the name of it, but it actually doesn't nest in the ponds, in the reeds, but it actually nests inside the fields on the ground, which is, by the way, another very interesting thing for harriers in general. Are you kidding me? They just throw it in there, here, you know. So, you know, I'm not saying this was done by it 100% was done by it's relatively new. So these guys, they're mining they're extracting the lumber, they're cutting down the trees, you know, and you would think, oh, that's the people that manage the forest, and they do something like this, just throw it out there. And I said it multiple times, all that trash in the forest where there's usually no trash is very often from these people who manages the forest. They just throw bottles in there. When they work, they eat something, they throw it out, you know, like an energy bar or something. And they seriously do this, you know? Like, what the hell? I'm gonna throw this into the trash can, but like, what the hell, you know? Sorry, that was another thing I got upset about, but interesting adaptation of harriers, and I hope I'm still get battery, because that's going to be a long video today. Adaptation of harriers is that they nest on the ground, which is very interesting. You got, for instance, eagle owl that nests on the ground as well, but it's an interesting adaptation as well, because usually, you know, you have eagles, you have, you know, kestrels and all that, they all, or buzzards, they all nest high up in the treetops. But not harriers, they nest on the ground. And one of the species I can't recall the name of that nests in the field is really straight on the ground in the middle of the field. So sometimes very, very dangerous for them, because they might not rear their chicks fast enough before the harvest commences, and they can kill them. They can kill the entire nest. So that there are people that go out into those fields, they monitor the population, and they put poles next to the nests and inform the farmers that, hey, that's where the harriers are sort of nesting, and that's where you should not go. There was a car, so I just turned around. So yeah. I'm kind of keeping private about like that I'm doing videos here, and you know, I'm kind of keeping it to myself. So yeah, nobody knows I'm doing videos actually. Only my girlfriend, she's the only person knowing that I'm doing these videos. I haven't told anyone. I mean, there's no one to tell to, but yeah, that's why I'm kind of like keeping it sort of private. It's not that I'm, you know, ashamed of doing videos or anything, but I'm just, you know, keeping it to myself, keeping it private and keeping it mysterious. Haha. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I know I haven't shown my face or like said anything about me, like my identity or whatever, and I'm gonna keep it that way. Yeah, no, I'm serious. I'm gonna keep it that way. I don't know. I don't think like, I think I said it in one of the videos. I don't think like these videos are about me. And they're like, if you look at YouTube, there's so many people that I know it's like a connection. Like when you see the face and you see the person, you connect more and relate to it more. So like it's better for the content and all that. But I feel like so many of this content is like sort of like person-centric, if you know what I mean. And I don't want to make it about me. I don't know. I just, if there is going to ever be a fan base, quote unquote, and people are going to watch these videos, I wanted them to watch it for the content and what I say, and not because of me or like, I don't know, you know? Like, of course, it will have to be partly because of me and my personality, because that's what is, these videos are like, what's driving these videos, because I'm talking, right? So, and that is my personality and that's my character. But I don't want to slap my face on the thumbnail and be like, oh, I found this, you know? I just don't want that. I feel like I know it's normal, but to me it's just cringy. I don't know why, but I don't want to slap my face on top of the thumbnail and like, you know, I don't know. I just don't want to do that. Same as I don't want to do any clickbait, because like, why would I? What's the point? And I know people do it left and right to attract viewers, but fuck that. And sorry for an exclamation. Sorry for a swear word there. But anyway, I was talking about marsh harriers. I got to wrap this up, otherwise it's going to go on forever. So what I was saying, there are people that go out into the field to track and monitor the population of these harriers, and they put poles and then they inform the farmers that that's where they nest and please avoid those places. And it actually works, and they save a lot of those populations. And it's a public science sort of how's it called? Not public science, but a citizen science thing. So I'm sure there are projects around in your vicinity. If you want to participate in those projects, you can definitely reach out and help with these things. You know, if you want to do something and you're excited about birds, this is one of those things that you can definitely do, and you can help out, and it helps a lot. It saves a lot of harriers out there, and it's a very important work. So that was about harriers, and I'm gonna finally wrap this up and say I'm signing off. Finally. God damn, it's gonna be like 50-minute video, I think. Hold on, I'm gonna call Drake, but after I turn off the camera. So see you tomorrow.